Hi, welcome to another Photoshop tutorial. This time we're looking at adding and duplicating images and how you blend them. So, the first one, when you're working with layers, and this is multiple image layers, there are a number of places you can right click on for the context menu, or I think it's Control click for a Mac. You can right click on the picture and you're given basic options. So here I can duplicate the layer as shown. If I click on the text, I'm given a completely different menu. So don't let that throw you if you happen to get this. There's more detail in terms of what you can select. In other cases, you've got options for things you don't normally see. And then finally, up here, we're given this context menu here, which is the hamburger or triple bars. And that way, it allows you to select different features of this. You've also given the invisibility layer, so you can hide layers and that sort of stuff. So you can conceal things and so they cannot be seen. Concealing both gives me the transparent background, or all the layers that are visible. If I want to add a layer, there's this little icon down here, which adds a blank layer here. And if I double click on the text, I can go and rename it. That covers that basic stuff. Now if I want to get an image and add it to that layer, I can simply drag and drop it onto the picture. What it will do is it'll instantly throw it into free transform mode, which allows you to resize and rescale the image. So I can grab a corner and slide this down to get the moon, any shape I want. But if I want to make sure that the height and width are consistent, I would hold down Shift, and that will make sure that it keeps that aspect ratio or height and width balanced. And then I can move and reposition. So if I want to hide it over there, I can do so. So that's adding and selecting layers. Basically, it's a few little button controls down the bottom here of the layers menu. If you do not see the layers, this layers panel down the bottom corner, go up to Window and look for layers. This way you can enable that so you can see it. So here it's just disappeared, but if I do it again, it'll pop up again. And this allows me to access the layers. And layers are very important in Photoshop because a lot of your images you work with will be multi-layered. So I would like you to construct a multi-layered image of 3 or more images. Now, to make the layers work well together, there is a thing called image masks. So if I take this moon image and use quick select to select all the black, and then mask it, only the black shows through, and I can move that to wherever I like. If I then duplicate this layer, so I'm just going to click in the right spot, duplicate layer, go OK. I'm going to remove this mask here, so click on it and then delete mask. And I'm just going to work on selecting the moon. There are 2 ways that are quick and easy to do this. The first is to use the quick selection tool. So if I use the quick selection tool to select all the black and then inverse that selection, which gives me the moon. Or if I deselect everything with Control D, I can use the ellipse tool to select a region. Now when using the ellipse tool, make sure you create imaginary lines from the top of the object to the side. That way you can select and hold down and you should get a fairly close ellipse around the shape of your object. So here that looks pretty good. And if I just then hit layer mask, it should mask that in. I'll grab this background layer and move this out of the way. So we have the black square without the moon and then the actual moon layer. Now with working with layer masks, if I don't like the nature of this mask, and I'm just zooming in to get at the edge of this, you can see how it's got a very stark line around the outside. I'm just going to use the eraser tool on that mask layer to just tidy it up a little bit. And you can see it's taking away chunks. It's not brilliant, but it's kind of working. Moving to a softer brush, I should be able to clean up that edge reasonably nicely. So what I'd like to see you do is to construct an image with at least 3 layers that is able to demonstrate the use of layers and masking. If I go over the top, I know with chunks of movie. And that's it.